Okay, so hey guys. I know I have been um, MIA for a while. Um, I am currently living in hotels, but it's that's a whole other thing I'll talk about maybe later. Um, I I've been gone for a while, and I don't know I don't know exactly if I'm gonna return um, just yet. Uh, Wherever um, I feel like I've done a lot already on my part to help this community as much as I can, and given as much information and knowledge as I possibly could. But I feel like now it's kind of, it's time to rest. It's time to take a rest, and yeah, and just kind of, set aside time to travel, to do other things, to look after my health. And yeah, because I have had, a lot of issues in that regard in my with my health, so that I've been trying to work through. Um, but yeah, just kind of taking a break and, just getting away for a while, I think is good. I think it's good for everyone. And everybody is at their different stages and points of healing. um Everybody's at, like, a different point. um but there does come a point when I feel like it can take a while. For some people it can take a longer time, but there does come a point where you are healed. You might think you're not fully healed, but you're healed. You have healed from narcissistic abuse. You have cut ties with your narcissist parents. You have cut them off. You have cut off your narcissist family. You've cut them off. You've cut off the flying monkeys, the enablers. You have successfully you know, cut them off and cut off the root of your issues. The root of the root problem for a lot of you guys is your narcissist parents. It's your narcissist parents who set you up to fail in life. It's your narcissist parents who condition you to be food and fodder for predators as an adult. But listen, let me tell you something. When you wisen up and you cut them off, you cut off the source, they ain't got nothing on you. They ain't got nothing on you. They ain't got anything on you. And yeah, that means you have won. You've won. That's how you win. That's pretty much one of the main ways that you beat narcissistic abuse is by cutting off the root. And also, like I said, there does come a point when you are healed. Yeah, you're healed. And you'll get a lot of other people coming on and saying other, things about you when you express your anger and things like that, and saying um, that you're not really healed. But no, you're healed. You're healed. So just remember that. Just remember that. Um, and your discernment is so high, is like sky high through the roof, that you can spot them, you can see them before they see you when you walk into a room. and you meet somebody new, like you can just you can sense them, and you can sense their energy. You can sense their energy, that their energy is like repulsive, to you now. Whereas before, say like you had parents, or somebody, family members that were narcs, and you got comfortable, you know what I mean? Like growing up with them, around them, with that energy, that nasty, energy they give off, that empty kind of energy, that deceit, manipulative energy. But as an adult, when you see through them, you are going to be disgusted and repulsed by that energy. Let me tell you, they're going to be drawn to you and want to get into your life, get into your space, get into your mind, get into your emotions. What's the easiest way to do that? The easiest way to do that is to get into a relationship with you, is to try to act like they're into you and all that shit. And, like they they try to get with you close in a relationship. But yeah, you just don't allow it. That's all. Boundaries. They hate boundaries. We all know narcissists hate boundaries. They can't stand boundaries, and they don't have any boundaries themselves either. That's why they keep going back to exes. They keep recycling people from their past, and instead of just um moving on from them and being done with it, being done with the situation. They're not. They always spin the block, and try to, go back to people from their past. So, but you can heal. You can heal and recover and move on, but they can't, and they never will. And that's the cycle they're stuck in. They're stuck in that cycle for the rest of their lives, but you're not stuck. You're not stuck. When you actually heal, like I said, they've got nothing on you, and they can try to keep coming back around, and but it's never going to work. Everything. And listen, the more discernment you grow, the more that other empaths will step in and defend you. I'm telling you, I've had this happen. The more, higher your discernment level gets, and the more you practice being disgusted by them and repulsed by their energy and their presence in the room. You're disgusted by manipulation, and phoniness, fake phony individuals. Yeah. The more you practice being disgusted by that, narcs and their fake ass emotions, and their fake phony fraudulent, you know, way they act, like people pleasers basically. It's all fake, it's all phony, and it's an act that they put on to seem like a you know, nice, but they're not. They're anything but. I trust people more who just keep it real, who just, if they're in a bad mood, they just show it. Like, they just, I don't know, just authenticity, and you'll feel that fakeness, and you'll be repulsed by it, as you should be repulsed by the fakeness, the phoniness, how they're so two, three, four, five faced, and two-faced, three-faced, what do you want to call it? And they switch up depending on who they're around, and alter their mask, their personality, so that other people will like them. Whereas we, like, authentic individuals, we stay consistent no matter who we're around. We stay true to ourselves. And that's the thing that narcs want to do, is they want to chip away at your identity and take you away from who you really are, and invalidate who you are to try to fit what they want you to be. But once you know who you are, and you stand strong on that, you stand solid with your boundaries, there is literally nothing. Like, they cannot touch you. They can't touch you anymore. They can't touch you. They can't. And that's the thing about predators, is they don't like you to know who you are. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't. And they can't stand it when you know who you are and you don't bend or acquiesce to what they want you to be for them. Because the thing is, they don't respect you for all of who you are. They just want you to be what they want you to be, right? To fit their narrative. But they don't actually respect anything that you stand for, right? So that's what you have to stand solid on, is what you stand for, right? Your values and self-respect and principles that they don't even have. I mean, they don't really have any values if they say they do. Those values go straight out the window when they get around other certain types of, people, and then they just act up, right? And then all of a sudden they don't really have those values anymore, do they? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to keep this short, but yeah. Um, like I said, you do get to a certain point um, in your healing where um, you don't even really need to watch a lot of these videos anymore because you know it, and because you trust yourself and you trust your gut from now on. You trust your gut and you don't doubt yourself. So once you stop doubting yourself, that is, and you stop deferring, like going to other people and asking, hey, what do you think? What do you think about, you know, this person, or what do you think? Like, you can ask, it's fine, but like, you don't consider others' opinions as more valuable than your own, right? You trust your own opinion of that suspected, narcissist over any what anyone else says. You trust yourself, right? So that's all I really have to say in this one, you guys, everybody, and I just hope that you're all taking care of yourselves and taking care of your health, putting yourself first and putting your health first, and yeah, putting what you stand for first over what anybody else wants from you. Because that's the thing about narcs and anyone trying to manipulate you, is they want you to stop putting yourself, your needs first, and try to put them first, right? And yeah, don't ever do that. Um, don't ever do that for anyone. Just, take care of yourself, right? Love yourself, and the rest will follow. The rest will follow suit.